What's up, guys? In today's video I'm gonna be reviewing this retro Loki. Now, I decided to do this review because season 2 of the Loki TV show finally ended. I ended up getting this figure at Ross for a price point of $5.99. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the packaging. Now, this is a retro card figure, so it does have that retro style. It has this nice Loki image right here. You guys can already see that this figure comes with a good amount of accessories. You have a head sculpt. Now, at that point, you really don't need all that much. Now, it's all going to come to the articulation, which it does seem like it's going to have a pretty good amount of articulation. So when it comes to the back of the card, you guys can see that it does have a very brief description where it says Loki envies his brother Thor and plots to take their father's throne for himself. Now, this figure, I believe, came out last year in 2022, if not early 2023. This figure is pretty dope in my opinion, like I said. So let's go ahead and open this Loki retro card figure. So here I have a tray shot of this Loki retro card figure. So we're going to go ahead and look at the accessories first. So we're going to look at the head sculpt. This is such a creepy head sculpt. It does remind me of the classic Loki from the Loki TV show. And it does come with two little daggers, which I probably like to use this on the Loki TVA version, which would probably help with that figure because it doesn't come with any accessories. So now that we have the accessories all set and done, let's go ahead and look at the actual retro Loki. So here we have the retro Loki, man. This is actually pretty cool. It does have a lot of similarities to the classic Loki from the TV show. So before we look at anything else, we're going to go ahead and look at the articulation. Now, this figure does have double jointed knees, which is also pretty good in my opinion, which is a must have. It does have that thigh swivel, which is pretty good. Doesn't have toe articulation, but the ankle does go forward and it does go back. It doesn't really move. Oh wow, look, see, I didn't even know that. Look at that. That moves left and right. That's pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure how awkward that would look when it comes to posing it, but you know, it can do that. Now, when it comes to the double jointed elbows, it's pretty decent. It's a little stiff in my opinion, but it's still pretty good. Now, the hands are on a hinge. Now, it would have been better if it was on a ball joint, but it being on a hinge is really not too bad. Looks pretty decent in my opinion. Now, I don't like this little extra piece right here. Kind of want to take this off because it just moves around too much. So when it comes to the head scope, he can look up pretty good, can look down pretty decently enough, can look left and right. This little hairpiece thing or whatever this is doesn't really restrict it all that much, as you guys can tell. Now, when it comes to the ab crunch, he does have a decent amount of ab crunch. Can't really go more than that. He can swivel left and right. When it goes to going back, pretty decently enough. Honestly, when it comes to articulation, this figure really isn't all that bad. So let's go ahead and change that head sculpt. So now that I swapped out the head, I took out this little piece because it was kind of ugly looking and it was moving around too much. I think I honestly prefer it without it. And look at that face, man. He looks very menacing and really creepy looking. Not sure exactly why they always got to make him look angry. So let's go ahead and put these daggers on his hand. So putting on these daggers, they do fit pretty good. They kind of look a little small in my opinion, but it's still pretty decent. It's nice to have accessories, to be honest, especially daggers for Loki. So now that we've got that said and done, let's go ahead and put him in some poses so you guys have an idea of exactly how you can pose this retro Loki. So let's go ahead and get straight to that. Now that we got the posing all set and done, we're going to go ahead and do the typical rating of this figure. So when it comes to artwork, man, that artwork is actually really good for a retro card, Marvel Legends. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. And when it comes to accessories, 7.5 out of 10. Even though it does come with the two daggers, decent head sculpt. You know, another set of hands would have been pretty decent. 7 out of 10 is what I would give it. Now, when it comes to articulation, decent enough. I'll give it a nice 8 out of 10. I'm not really too sure exactly what this little ponytail thing is. I really wish it could have been removable. I really don't like it because it just looks kind of weird in my opinion. And, you know, I really don't like that the hands aren't really on a ball joint. It would have been nice if it was because, you know, our kind of moving it around was a little bit weird. And also with the ankles, it couldn't really adjust like the way I kind of wanted it to. Supposing it was not limited, but very awkward looking. But the overall design, the overall accuracy of this figure is pretty good in my opinion. Anyways, you guys comment down below. What do you guys think of this retro car Loki? And were you guys able to get this at Ross for a price point of $5.99? It's really not that bad in my opinion. Anyways, comment down below. What is your favorite variant of Loki? And I see you guys in the next one.